Hello everyone, this is Data Dawn. I'm here to talk about Hadoop in 5 minutes. So I'll just cover as much information that I can in this 5 minutes. So let's see what actually Hadoop is. Hadoop is nothing but a software framework which is based on the Google's MapReduce white paper. It is written in Java. It is basically, it is used to perform large-scale data analysis. Okay, MapReduce computing paradigm is like a new technology which is used to perform analytics on big data. Big data is nothing but a data which is very huge to handle. It is defined by three parameters: velocity, variety, and volume. Velocity is like how fast the data will come. For example, if you take a YouTube website, I mean, there are like a lot of users viewing the videos. There are a lot of users doing comments, and if you take any social networking site, you will get like data in very fast volumes. So traditional databases does not have any capacity to handle these big data, and that's where we need to go for other big data platforms like Hadoop or Cloudera or Cassandra, etc. Okay, so this is used for web applications, social network, and scientific applications. Why Hadoop is able to compete with other databases like uh, there are like very Hadoop is very scalable. You can just add as many node as possible as and when the data grows. And if your application is becoming really large, you can just add as many nodes as possible so that performance will be very high. And it is flexible, like it can support any types of data. You don't need to create like a you know like other traditional databases. You don't need specific data set. It can support any variety of data, whether it's a picture, whether it's a comment, blog, or anything that can be supported by Hadoop. And it is very efficient and simple and fault tolerant mechanism. So fault tolerance is there in almost everywhere in today's world, but when it comes to very big applications, fault tolerance is really important. So that is one of the major feature of Hadoop, and it has commodities inexpensive hardware. Like when you go for like big databases like Netisa, Teradata, or any other big databases, it's really expensive for us to purchase. Whereas Hadoop is like a very small framework and which can be used and it can be scaled up by just adding a node to it. Okay. When you choose like databases for these operations, you need to keep on indexing the data, tune it. You need to perform a lot of database administration activity to keep it up to speed. So these things can be minimized in Hadoop. Okay, Hadoop is nothing but, like I said, it's like nothing but a software framework used for distributed processing for large data sets across large clusters of computer. Okay, when I say large data set, it's like terabytes or petabytes of data. Gone are the days where we used to deal with gigabytes, megabytes of data. So now it's all uh, terabytes, petabytes, hexabytes. Okay, so it just goes on large clusters, hundreds and thousands of nodes. So when you take up like a big application, like big search engines or big social network user, they need a response very quickly. So we need lot of computation power. So at any big databases cannot handle because the user base is very big. So Hadoop is open source implementation for Google MapReduce. Okay, Google has a MapReduce technology. Hadoop uses that, like algorithms and concepts to generate this framework. It's open source and it's been available freely over the internet. Hadoop is based on single programming model called MapReduce. Hadoop is based on a simple data model, and any data will fit. When I say any data, any type of data, any comments, blogs, pictures, sound, anything can be fit into this Hadoop system framework. So Hadoop consists of two main layers, like you say, Hadoop distributed file system. It's called HDFS, and execution engine, which is called MapReduce. When you take the HDFS, it just has a single name node and multiple data nodes. When I say node, it may be a physical computer or a rack, or just a a computation block. Okay, a single node and multiple data nodes. So multiple data nodes is to store the data across multiple different data nodes. So when you that is all about the HDFS layer. So name node will store the metadata of the data. So data node will actually store the data. Name node will have where the data is stored, and also data redundancy is assured. Like the same data is stored across multiple nodes, so that even if one data node goes down, we can access the data from other data nodes. Okay, and usually the name node will be having to a backup secondary node, so that if the primary name node goes down, we can just get a response from the second name node. Okay, likewise the map reduce layer, this is where an actual execution happens. So there'll be like a job tracker and multiple task tracker. Okay, a job tracker will get the query and split it into multiple tasks and send it to a different slaves, and the slaves will execute and get the data to the job tracker, and job tracker will aggregate and give you the output. So that's what the map reduce logic is. Hadoop is designed as master slave shared nothing architecture. So if anything goes down, your job is not going to be affected. So it's completely fault tolerant. It is on master slave architecture, wherein like there will be like a single master and multiple slave. Okay, and these are the design principles of Hadoop. Need to process big data, need to parallelize computing across thousands of nodes, commodity hardware, large number of low and cheap machines working in parallel to solve computing problems. Okay, when you go for traditional database appliances, you need to buy like very expensive hardware, which is not that like affordable for startups. So people just choose Hadoop, and then they keep on adding nodes, so that as and when the application grows up, I mean, they can just increase the scale the application. Okay. Automatic parallelization and distribution, so you don't need to worry about like how the data is parallelly distributed, or how the data query is executed. It is completely fault tolerance and automatic recovery. So if a node goes down, the data in that node is automatically replicated to other nodes, so that you won't notice that there is a node loss. So you can, if a node is dead, you can just replace it by a new node. Clean, simple programming abstraction. So users only provide two functions, map and reduce. So you don't have to worry about like how the data is stored. You don't have to mention like where the data is stored, how to access it, and all those things. So it's all abstracted from you. So you can just query and use the Hadoop framework. How uses MapReduce Hadoop? Google, inventors of MapReduce computing paradigm. Yahoo developing Yahoo, they started Hadoop development, and they gave it to open source. IBM, Microsoft, Oracle, everyone contributes to Hadoop. Facebook uses Hadoop extensively, and many other universities and research lab. Now many industries like retail, insurance, finance, they all started exploring Hadoop. So how Hadoop works, like I said, it has like two layers. Okay, HDFS and MapReduce. HDFS, used to store the big files into smaller chunks, and MapReduce is actually execute the queries and gives you the results. When I say query, it is not actually a SQL query. It is like something like it's called Apache Hive, wherein it looks like query, but actually it is not a query. So these databases are called NoSQL databases, where we don't use any SQL language like we use in traditional database. So this is in detail about like how the data is replicated. Okay, so you can see, for example, if there is one data part 0, okay, which has like 1 and 3 as a data, two blocks. Okay, these two blocks is stored across different data nodes. So even if any one data node goes down, we can just retrieve the data from other data nodes. So that's how the fault tolerance is achieved. So the centralized name node will maintain the metadata about the files. Okay, so that's what it is. So if the file is usually split up into 64 MB blocks and stored across different data nodes. The main properties of HDFS, it's very large. We can store large number of files, large sized files. Okay, it is not a small sized file storage. It is very easy to replicate. Each data block is replicated many times. Default is 3. We can just increase that setting depending on how much fault tolerance you want to achieve. Failure is the norm rather than exception. Fault tolerance, detection of faults and quick automatic recovery from them is core architecture of goal of HDFS. So you can just, once if a node is dead, we can just the name node will get the heartbeat, and then we can just notify the administrator, and he will just replace the name node. So this just explains you how the MapReduce engine works. Okay, so I think you might have got an idea so far, like how the Hadoop works. So I would conclude this presentation for now, and please subscribe to my channel to get more input on how to implement the Hadoop in your startup company. And any other questions regarding Hadoop, just comment or email me on datadon@gmail.com. Thank you very much for watching my video. Have a great day. Bye.